Good evening. Thank you for joining us today. I am Chipepo Gracie, and this is your ICU TV main news bulletin. Let's take a quick look at the stories making headlines. China donates 5,000 HIV test kits to Lusaka province. Munir Zulu handed suspended jail sentences for seditious practices. 75-year-old woman obtains NRC for the first time. Tanzanian president warns meddling Kenyan activists. British man claims record breaking fastest run across Australia. And now the details. The government of the People's Republic of China has donated 5,000 HIV test kits to Zambia, strengthening bilateral health cooperation between the two nations. The donation was made during the Zambian Pharmaceutical and Health Industry Cooperation and Exchange Conference, where Sichuan province partnered with Zambia to promote the integration of traditional Chinese medicine (TCM) into local healthcare systems. Lusaka Province Minister Xiu Muliata expressed gratitude for the donation, noting that the Chinese traditional medicine has historically played a significant role in improving health outcomes. He said the symposium provided a valuable platform for experts from both countries to exchange knowledge, share best practices, and strengthen health sector collaboration. And Ministry of Health Permanent Secretary for Donor Coordination, Dr. George Sinyango, represented by the Director of Clinical Care and Diagnostic Services, Dr. Lisulo Waluvita, emphasized the importance of international cooperation in health, describing it as a foundation of sustainable socio-economic development. Dr. Sinyango further states that Zambia remains committed to harmonizing its drug registration system with the international standards and welcomes knowledge exchange on TCM, especially where it aligns with local cultural practices. Meanwhile, Minister Counselor at the Chinese Embassy in Zambia, Mr. Wang Sheng, describes the Sichuan delegation's visit as a testament to the growth relationship between Lusaka and Sichuan province. He recalls that the partnership began with the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding in 2017. He also noted that Zambia is a home to large Chinese community that has contributed significantly to the country's development, citing the construction of the Levi Mwanawasa University Teaching Hospital and continued deployment of Chinese medical team as examples. The donation of HIV test kits and the ongoing collaboration in traditional medicine underscore the deepening health partnership between China and Zambia, aimed at enhancing healthcare delivery and addressing public healthcare challenges across the region. Former Lumezi Member of Parliament Munir Zulu has been handed a suspended 9-month prison sentence with hard labor after being found guilty of one count of seditious practice. Lusaka Magistrate Fides Hamaundu suspended the sentence for 12 months on condition that Mr. Zulu does not commit a similar offense during that period. Zulu was convicted on the first count but acquitted on the second and third counts. Magistrate Hamaundu ruled that the former lawmaker's remarks were seditious and intended to incite discontent and disaffection among the public. The case arose from the statements made by Zulu between May 25th and 27th, 2024 during the period surrounding the reported abduction of former Petauke Member of Parliament Emmanuel J. Banda. In his remarks, Zulu alleged that President Hakainde Hichilema had instructed the Inspector General of Police and Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security to eliminate him and other unnamed individuals. Magistrate Hamaundu said the court found the statements in the first count to be seditious, while the other two counts lacked sufficient evidence to secure conviction. The suspended sentence means Zulu will not serve time unless he commits a similar offense within the next 12 months. Meanwhile, a 75-year-old woman identified as Monica Kikwaba of Kikwaba village in the Kaimbwe area of Kasempa district, Northwestern Province, has obtained a national registration card (NRC) for the first time during the ongoing countrywide mobile NRC issuance exercise. Ms. Kikwaba reveals that she had previously attempted to acquire the document during the past mobile registration exercise, but was turned away due to her age and advised to travel over 80 kilometers to Kasempa town. Born in 1950, Ms. Kikwaba said receiving the NRC is a major step towards her goal of benefiting from the government's social cash transfer program. Her relative, Lesina Makina, expressed joy that Monica will now be eligible for the social protection scheme, noting that many others of her age group are already benefiting. Namibia has officially granted land to Zambia at the port of Walvis Bay to facilitate the construction of a dry port facility. The development was confirmed during Namibian President Dr. Ntembuo Nandi-Ndaitwah's recent state visit to Zambia. The facility is said to serve as a key logistics hub, enabling Zambians to store and transport goods more efficiently through Walvis Bay Ndola Lumbashi Development Corridor. The corridor links the Namibian port to Zambia Copper Belt and the Democratic Republic of Congo, enhancing trade flows for the landlocked nations. President Nandi-Ndaitwah and Hakainde Hichilema both underscore the significance of the project in boosting bilateral trade and economic cooperation. They cite reduced transportation costs and increased trade volumes as major benefits of the initiative. The dry port is expected to expand Zambia's trade capacity, diversify its export routes, and contribute to the region's economic growth. For more details in the following report.
Namibia has given Zambia a piece of land near the Walvis Bay port for free. This land will be used to build a dry port where goods can be stored and moved, making it easier and cheaper for Zambia to trade through the Atlantic Ocean. The gift was confirmed during President Hakainde Hichilema's meeting with Namibian President Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah in Lusaka during a visit. Both leaders said they want to work closely together to boost trade, grow business, and improve transport between the two countries.
To all our countries that are not bordering the ocean, and this includes Zambia, we provided a land free for a dry port. And we agree that that dry port will be used to the maximum for the benefit of the two countries.
They also agreed to invest in shared infrastructure like roads, railways, energy, and pipelines. This will help speed up trade and support local industries. Border areas such as Sheke and Katima Mulilo were mentioned as needing better facilities to handle cargo more smoothly. Zambia, which has no coastline, relies heavily on neighboring countries to move imports and exports.
But we are aligned. President and us are aligned, completely aligned. And, for example, Africa trades the least with itself. We complain. The two of us agree that there is no more time for complaining. We have to go.
We now take our first break. Stay tuned for more news after this.
At the Information and Communications University, we're not just educating students, we're shaping the future of Zambia and beyond. With a global perspective, ICU offers cutting-edge programs in information technology, business, humanities, engineering, and education. We combine theory with practical skills, ensuring our graduates are ready for the job market.
Whether full-time or distance learning, our flexible programs cater to the needs of every student, creating pathways for success. ICU is driven by innovation, research, and entrepreneurship.
We empower our students to be leaders and change makers in their industries.
Through strategic global partnership, including collaboration with leading universities such as St. Petersburg State University and others, we give our students a competitive edge on the global stage.
Our graduates don't just earn degrees, they create impact. They are leading the way in ICT, business, engineering, and more, both locally and internationally. Join the Information and Communications University, where your future begins today.
Did you know that mental health conditions are treatable and recovery is possible? Hi, I'm Ngenia Moyo. I'm your host on Let's Talk Mental Health. I invite you all to this show where you freely express yourself, and together we find a solution. For more details, you can contact 0777 93 73 92, and we'll be there to help you find solutions to whatever you're going through.
In our local stories, residents of Chitanda Chiefdom in Chiwombo district have been placed on high alert following multiple sightings of stray lions believed to have wandered from Kafue National Park. Justice Minister Kembe, Member of Parliament, Princess Kasune confirms that at least 4 lions have been spotted in the Mwanankalamo area. Princess Kasune advised the community members to exercise extreme caution and avoid venturing into dense bushlands or other high-risk areas where the lions may be hiding. Speaking during a community meeting held at Mundu Primary School in Kembe constituency, Ms. Kasune announced that the Department of National Parks and Wildlife, DNPW, working with the Zambian Air Force, ZAF, has initiated a search and rescue mission to locate the animals and guide them back to their natural habitat. The wild animals have also been seen in other localities including Ipongo, Mompili, and Malamba Manyama, where their presence poses serious danger to both people and livestock. Meanwhile, Ipongo Ward Councillor Fraser Belenke reports that 6 cattle have been killed, 3 in Sichitampila village on Thursday and another 3 in Katoa village on Friday. The lions are believed to have strayed from Kafue National Park. This incident follows earlier alerts of 8 lions sighted in the Amathon area of nearby Mumbwa district, raising fears of increased wildlife movement in human settlements. Authorities continue to monitor the developments and are calling on residents to immediately report any lion activities to local leaders or wildlife officers. A 53-year-old fisherman of Chalali village in Lumezi district is recovering from injuries sustained in a lion attack during a fishing expedition. Eastern Province Police Commanding Officer Robertson Mwimba confirms that the incident occurred in the early hours of Sunday, May 18, 2025, around 4 hours after the several days of fishing along the Luangwa River. Mr. Mwemba says the victim, identified as Stephen Koma, had been fishing with 2 companions, Andrew Nkoma, age 42, and Dragan Mwale, age 30, all residents of Chalali village. The group had set out to fish on Wednesday, May 14th, arriving at the river around 10 hours and continuing their activities through Saturday night. According to Mr. Mwemba, the trio had fallen asleep on the riverbank when the lion attacked. Stephen Koma was mauled while resting, but his colleagues managed to intervene and save him. He notes that the victim was first taken to the Chitungulu Health Facility for initial medical attention, adding that the medical personnel then contacted officers from the Department of National Parks and Wildlife, who arranged for his transfer to Lumezi Mission Hospital. Mr. Nkoma remains hospitalized but is reported to be in a stable condition. The Ministry of Technology and Science, in collaboration with the Southern African Science Service Center for Climate Change and Adaptive Land Management, SASCO, hosted the SASCO 2.0 Research National Thematic Workshop in Lusaka, aimed at strengthening climate change response through scientific research in forest ecosystem, agriculture, and water resources. For more details in the following report.
Zambia has reaffirmed its commitment to science-led climate action as the Ministry of Technology and Science, in partnership with Southern Africa Science Service Center for Climate Change and Adaptive Land Management (SASCO), officially launched the SASCO 2.0 Research National Thematic Workshop in Lusaka. People cited the high-level gathering brought together local and international researchers, academics, policymakers, and climate experts under the roof, all units by a common goal to strengthen climate change response through scientific research in forest, ecosystem, agriculture, and water resources.
The southern and the western part of Zambia are more prone to extreme high temperatures, whereas the northern side are actually being exposed to these extreme low temperatures. But as we move forward, you'll be able to see that there are a number of unpredictable scenarios that may actually happen. You may experience a drought in an area that you least expect. You may experience floods in an area that you least expect. And I think one of the most recent scenarios is what happened in Lusaka during the last rain season. You saw how much flooding affected the urban settings of Lusaka. The constructions have been that we are in the urban sector, but are these climate smart and climate resilient infrastructure? I think your case is as good as mine. Our infrastructure.
The high-level workshop brought together researchers, policymakers, academics, and international delegates to share insights on sustainable climate solutions. Ministry of Technology and Science Permanent Secretary Dr. Brilliant Havenzu officiated at the event and stated the government's focus on science-led climate action. Dr. Havenzu reveals that the portfolio includes 51 sub-projects implemented by over 24 research and academic institutions and supports 104 postgraduate students across the region. He notes that Zambia's climate strategy is aligned with its revised nationality determined contributions aiming to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 25% unconditionally and up to 47% with international support by 2030. Dr. Havenzu says, government recognizes the climate change is a cross-cutting challenge that cannot be addressed in isolation. Meanwhile, National Program Coordinator for Zambia at the SASCO Node Office, Mr. Innocent Chomba expressed gratitude to all attendees, including international participants and those from across the country. Mr. Chomba emphasizes the continued research policy engagement, and capacity building are critical in responding effectively to climate challenges. And representing the Department of Science and Technology, Dr. Larry Mwetwa, Director for SASCO Coordination at the Ministry, highlighted the strategic role that partnerships like SASCO play in advancing climate research in Zambia. The workshop's theme, Strengthening Climate Change Response Through Scientific research on forest ecosystem, agriculture, and water resources, underscores the urgent need to align research efforts with the national and regional climate priorities. The event concluded with a call for continued collaboration among governments, academics, civil society, and development partners to drive evidence-based policy in sustainable climate solutions. We take another break. Stay tuned, and coming up next is international news.
Welcome to the Zambia Research and Development Center, an institution dedicated to national development through capacity building and community development. Established in 2007 by a group of professionals and lecturers, ZRDC has since become a hub of research and innovation in the country. Registered with the Ministry of Home Affairs under the Registrar of Societies, ZRDC pursues cutting-edge research to address pressing social and economic challenges. Get involved. ZRDC engages in activities that stimulate international collaboration, promote knowledge sharing, and make research expertise available to decision makers. Our mission at ZRDC is to foster innovation and capacity building for national development. We believe in addressing poverty and underdevelopment through institutional and capacity building, human empowerment, and gender participation. In our quest to foster innovation and capacity building for national development, ZRDC launched the ZRDC University Sponsorship for Capacity Building and Development Program to facilitate knowledge advancement among ZRDC researchers and those intending to join the research community. Qualified Zambian citizens can pursue education at credible universities in Zambia with guaranteed prospects of joining the ZRDC research community. ZRDC engages in industrial and technological research, covering research development and innovative investigations to drive dynamic industrial development at national and regional levels. Join us at the Zambia Research and Development Center as we continue to innovate, empower, and shape a brighter future for Zambia. ZRDC, fostering innovation and capacity building for national development. Welcome to the Zambia Research.
Tanzania's President Samia Suluhu Hassan has warned activists from neighboring Kenya that she will not allow them to meddle in her country's affairs and cause chaos. Her comments came after prominent Kenyan lawyers and rights campaigners were deported, preventing them from attending the court case of an opposition leader charged with treason. President Samia said that if they had been contained in their own country, they should not come to meddle in others, adding that they should not be given a chance as they had already created chaos in their own country. Human rights groups are concerned that Tanzanian government is increasingly cracking down on the opposition ahead elections in October. Still in international news, Vietnam authorities have arrested a beauty queen and social media influencer for consumer fraud after she promoted a counterfeit fiber supplement. Muyeni Thuk Tui 10 had heavily marketed gummies said to be rich in fiber on social media channels, but a public backlash erupted after product tests revealed this was untrue. A former winner of the Miss Grand International Beauty Competition, Miss Nguyeni is a well-known personality in Vietnam and previously received accolades from the government. We take a short break. Sorry for that. Meanwhile, in sport news, a British ultra-endurance runner, William Gage, becomes emotional after crossing the finishing line at Bondi Beach in Sydney. He is surrounded by supporters and wrapped in an Australian flag. William Gage says he beat the previous record by 4 days. A British ultra-endurance athlete said he has broken the world's record for running across the width of Australia after a grueling 35-day journey. William Gage, 31, started the 3,800 kilometers run from Cottesloe Beach in Perth on the 15th April and finished on Monday afternoon at Australia iconic Bondi Beach, his father by his side. Gage's team says he ran equivalent to 2 days and a half marathons, about 100 kilometers every day. We are still in sport news. The Copper Queens have intensified preparations for the upcoming FIFA International Friendly Series against Botswana in South Africa ahead of the 2025 Women's African Cup of Nations WAFCON in Morocco. A 35-member provision squad, including both local and foreign-based players, is currently in camp in Lusaka with Turkey-based Martha Tembo and Lucio Momemba among the first internationals to arrive. Meanwhile, Copper Queens players Maweta Chilenga, Esther Siamfuko, and Natasha Nanyangwe have spoken ahead of Zambia's fixtures, expressing readiness for the matches against Botswana on 31st May and South Africa on 3rd June. The 3-match series, set to be hosted in South Africa starting 28th May, will serve crucial preparation for the continental tournament scheduled for July.
The atmosphere in camp is very high. We are going to face one of the biggest teams in Africa. They won the championship, so it's going to give us a big boost going into the WAFCON. Yes, and Botswana, they are a very strong team as well. So I think they will give us a good game. in preparing for the WAFCON. The competition is very high. There are big names and there are young players also. So we're looking forward to mix up with the senior players also. Looking at the previous WAFCON, we came out third, so we are looking forward to winning the tournament this year actually, yes. The mood is very high. We are all excited and intensifying the training, ready for the two friendlies that we have. The two games are very important because, as you know, we are preparing for the WAFCON in July. So these two friendlies are part of our preparation for the WAFCON. For me, I think Zambia is for everyone. It's not for adults, it's not for young ones. So everyone who gets the chance to come to the national team, they have to prove it that they deserve to be here, and you just have to work together, welcome each other, and we are all working towards the same goal. Sure.
And how are you helping them to settle in the team?
When we come here, we are all like, there's nothing like I'm the old player, I'm the new player. We just have to accommodate each other, understand one another, and speak one language. Our goal is to win. Last time we came third, and this time we are going with full morale, trying. We're not going to try, but we're going to do our best because we want to get the cup.
So far so good. Training is going on well. Everyone is pushing. Everyone is putting in effort during training sessions. Yes, of course, that is giving us a push because our younger sisters won the COSAFA in a row now. So that is giving us a push to work hard and also make our country proud of us. Yeah, so the injury, yes, it made me lose a lot of hope. But after recovery,
that sports item brings us to the end of our main news. But before we go, let's take a quick look at the stories that made headlines. China donates 5,000 HIV test kits to Lusaka province. Munir Zulu handed suspended jail sentence for seditious practices. 75-year-old woman obtains NRC for the first time. Tanzanian president warns meddling Kenyan activists. British man claims record-breaking fastest run across Australia. Thank you so much for staying with us. For more news details, you can visit our Facebook page, ICU TV, and our website, icutvzm.com. See you next time.
I've been waiting to hear from you. And I've been watching over you. When you woke up this morning, I was ready to hear from you, but you woke up and chose to devote your time to the multitudes that couldn't be less bothered by your misery. I knew you when you took your first breath, knew you when no one else did. I stood by you on your first day of school, and stood by you when you felt burdened by the troubles of this world. I knew you, my child, and I was there for you through it all. I've been watching over you, and I've been listening as you speak. When you wake up each morning, I wait and listen, hoping you would let me in on the plans you have set for the day. Why won't you just let me in and have me be a part of your life? Cause my child, I've been watching, hoping that you will invite me in and let me be there with you every step of the way, trusting that I know what's best for you and would never lead you astray. I've been listening to every little wish you make, and I've been waiting on you though, waiting for you to finally finish those public charades you pull in my name so that we can finally have a heart-to-heart, you and I, waiting for you to welcome me into that very heart you've already deemed irredeemable so that I may renew it, waiting for you to finally listen to all the things I say to you on a daily basis, the pleas, the warning, the advice. My child, I am still waiting, holding on to the fear of losing you. I wait and wait and wait, hoping that you'll be ready though before it is too late. Because my child, I've been listening to you make wishes about how you want to be rich by 24, married by 26, and crowned best of the best by 30, wondering how exactly you think you've got it down all on your own. I've been listening, waiting to hear the part where you finally mention my name, the part where you mention that you're gonna trust me, the part where you shout, I have a Father in heaven who will guide me through it all, clearing the path before it is even in sight and illuminating it so my feet may not falter. A Father who will not only show up, but show off with me. I am still waiting with the hope that you'll be ready before it is too late. Let me in so that we can finally have that heart-to-heart, you and I, waiting with the hope that you'll be ready before it is too late. But I'm still waiting.